back and forth. Sometimes
I usually don't get it
on
right.
and
Oh, I usually don't. So, but hopefully you can feel the love I have for you. Love him. He's awesome. So good to see everyone. I know my Instagram is the way it is. Instagram should make it where I don't have to do this for y'all. So blame it on Instagram, not me that you're sideways. Because I like the long. So everyone on Facebook, thank you. Share this out. So I like to do the pledge. I like to do it by myself because I get messed up because I have to rehearse it. But if you don't mind standing and let me do the pledge.
Of course, man.
Thank you. I'm old school. I have my buddy Eric Latshaw from Honest Home Solutions here. Please share this out. It is good to see you, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you having me.
So we're going to get into it after we do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And then let's have a moment of silence for our first responders, our military, and anyone going through anything. Boom. God bless. Good to see everybody. So look, we're not going to blow things up like the aftermath of the LSU win in the locker room. We're not doing that. But we are going to talk about something more serious, which is, the kind of drama. This should bring the kind of drama that OBJ brought.
For sure.
Which is, there's a reason. I didn't make this up. I just took it off the internet.
Sure.
But we're talking about real estate and life insurance.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it definitely can have a combo there. And, some of why I have life insurance is to cover some of my real estate. So that makes a whole lot of sense.
If we didn't have it, my wife or I, either one of us, even if two of you don't work, which we're partners,
sure,
daycare cost as much as a mortgage most of the time if you didn't have someone. So you can't replace nothing with someone that was there.
Without a doubt.
But bills come every 30 days. Like I tell people, they're coming.
They're gonna,
and they'll go to the next generation or the spouse.
I see it all the time with estate sales and different things like that when they're going on of what's still owed on the property or what bills they still have and coming in. Talking to estate attorneys and stuff is crazy.
People love to say, like, they're going to sell the tractor. I was talking to my wife. I said, you know what people say when I'm in houses? They'll be like, oh, she can sell the boat. He can sell the tractor, right? And it all sounds great when you're there.
Sure.
But what are they going to get? And can they do it in time for a funeral? No. And most of the time the estate is bought up. Look at it from healthcare.
Sure.
Right? Because when you build your wealth at the end, just to go into a long-term care and nursing home is over $300 a day.
Oh, it's incredible.
And they take the money later.
It's absolutely.
So the spouse can live in the house, but no one gets the house. You can't sell that house and make that money.
No, you can't.
So people understand.
And it's just crazy. I mean, the end of your life there costs so much money. So, not having yourself taken care of for these types of situations, making sure that house is okay. Because once you're sick, man, it's tough to be selling a house. That's for sure. That's on your kids then, and if you leave a bunch of debt behind, that's what they're going to get, not cash.
I mean, this is seriously less than a cable bill. It's less than most of the time a family of four's electric bill or gas bill. It's less than that.
Yeah.
Right. It's less than your car insurance.
I
mean, you're covering $25,000, $30,000, $50,000, $80,000, right? But your mortgage or your paycheck, even.
Yeah, it's definitely something you have to have. What's up, Kelsey, Eric, Craig? How's everybody doing?
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to share this out. Thanks. Oh yeah, let me pull this up.
Eric asked where the beard's at, man.
You know what? I did it on my own because I try to be very efficient in time. So it got kind of long, and I just did it myself. I used to cut my hair by myself because of time. Sure. Right? Like I wear the same outfits. I do everything the same. Things that I don't have to change, I don't change. So what do you think about it? I got to get it back. Eric, good to see you, man. Can't wait to do a show with you. Love the show that you do. There's a reason mine's at 9 o'clock, too, because I know you do your show earlier, and love and respect you. So great show that you had tonight, Eric. Definitely. Kelsey, good to see you. Yeah, let's say hi. I'm not even taking my own advice. We're like getting into it. And Eric, I'd love to have you on the show. I told you that. Mondays every 9 o'clock is going to be insurance, and Fridays at 1 o'clock is the social media show.
Nice.
So let's say hi to everyone. Matt Hockley, great to see you.
They like the no beard.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I always feel chubbier because I'm 50, so I got that little thing down here, right? That no matter what, that thing's there.
No way around it. Right?
I'm always like, the camera's got to be high. The camera's got to be high. Appreciate you. Love you all. I love our community. anyone that's outside of York or Central, it's already hot in here. Outside of Central Pennsylvania.
I'm used to baking over there.
Outside of Central Pennsylvania, we have a very innovative niche that we've grown together, right? And it hasn't been easy, and it's been new.
I've been trying to. You owe me wings, breakfast, all types of stuff, man. I tried to do breakfast.
Let's make it happen. Tall stack of hotcakes. Let's do it. Let's make that happen. Craig, it's good to see you. Sonny, it's good to see you. We're talking about real estate and life insurance, and here's the thing: is when I talk to all my clients, they'll tell you, I said, all I do is duplicate the macro, which is what the global big companies do, and we bring it local.
Sure.
Right? I'm not inventing anything different. Now, the way we do it is different, but the formula isn't. So the same thing on your end. The banks would never loan you money without collateral.
For sure.
Right? So if you don't have collateral, life insurance is collateral.
Without a doubt. It gives you something to save those that are going to be left behind.
Tomorrow morning early. Shane looks 29. No beer. Thanks. And Eric, I track all my runs. I have tendonitis in my knee. So my wife got me braces. I'll show you the brace. This is my show, so I get to do whatever. But talk to him. Ask him to share.
And you got share this thing up. Shane is getting his brace. He's been complaining about his knee for I don't know, almost a month now, man. Since
I didn't take it serious.
And he didn't take the injury serious, and now he's got
tendonitis.
Oh man, these are great. I have these for my knee.
So
they're very similar.
They're amazing.
Game changer.
So it already feels good. So I'll be running with the Shane train. I have all the, I have everyday track. Yeah, so
I double those up, man. Honestly, I have so much pressure in my knee when I go to wrestling or go to Ali's. I double them up and just get that extra pressure to get a little stronger there. So.
And I've been eating like I've been running 8 miles lately, and I haven't. So I probably look like it. Tomorrow morning early, I need up on. Let's do it. Let's get together. Bracy Chapman, good to see you. So I'm doing breakfast tomorrow. I'm in. Are you in?
What? I'm always in for breakfast.
I'm in. So you let me know on here what time I'm in. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be amazing. Let the Titans roll. Even if they fell in football, we are the Titans here, and we are the Gladiators. Listen, we're going to talk about...
I got to be at the gym at 7 a.m., so I can't do breakfast till at least 8:15.
All right, so...
Or 6.
And we're going to talk a little bit about how cool is it that we get to come together. We're all busy, right? I know how hard it is for us to get together. But is this not a cool, efficient way to do it, to get things done?
This is a great way to communicate, great way to talk. That's why I got a whole show on Fridays about social media, because this is how you do it. There's so much out there that's available to every business, every individual, even if you're a one-person business. You know what I mean? To be able to use this thing correctly, it's going to be, it's incredible the way it works. 8:15, I can show up.
And Kelsey, if I'll bring you on my show sometime, because I want to highlight you. So you're awesome, Kelsey.
Kelsey, come on our show anytime she wants.
So I'm just saying, but she does a lot for your social media, so I'd like to have her. I'd like to have her on my
do a great
show.
Job.
Kelsey,
her and Victoria
on Fridays. Yeah, you and Victoria. We have enough room for 4 here. Oh, you see, I got your mug out.
I know, I saw
right?
that.
Well,
a little throwback to Coffee Cash Seals. 2 days away.
Yeah. So let me go to a couple pictures. So, do you think it's important for people to have home insurance?
I don't even think you can buy a house without home insurance anymore.
But the bank won't let you buy it without.
Yes.
They call it
you can buy
mortgage.
cash. Yes.
But
when we buy a property, I would never buy a property without home insurance. I mean, goodness gracious, if anything happens to that property, it's worth nothing without insurance on it. So I've heard so many different people. Well, not so many different people, but I've definitely heard stories of people that have had fires or floods or different things like that without insurance. And it's without home insurance, it is unless you got sitting on a couple $100K, $1 million or something like that, where you can rebuild a property. There's actually one right down on Country Club that just got taken down. Remember that? Have you ran by there?
Mm. Oh yeah, on the left, right
on the left. Yeah. Right down there. It's.
But let's say one of the spouses passed away, and they had to rebuild that. Appreciate it. It was January 9th was actually 5 years, going on 5 years, Facebook Lives every day.
That's impressive.
So
5 years. That's good, man.
But for $20 or $30, I mean, the quotes. for just having a simple term to protect you for your mortgage. Because the average mortgage, what was it, Eric, on your show, $160,000 or $165,000 in York County, right? So you know the prices.
Sure.
So for that much, people just don't go and protect it. I don't know what it is. But seriously, they just don't. I don't know if they think they have to. They don't have to do blood and urine all the time. I didn't have to do it for my policy.
Sure.
You know, I was 49 when I got mine. I got
for life insurance.
And I got a 30-year term. Right.
I mean, it definitely covers you. I mean, obviously you have home insurance, but life insurance. I've always based my life insurance on, you know, what my debt is and making sure my family would be comfortable after all my debt is paid off. $176,000.
Yeah, Primo had a fire. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, exactly.
So what specifically we're talking about as far as homes being covered is, yes, you need that. Is the life insurance part for the people that have anything to do with it, the partner or the spouse, sure. Right?
Because even kids.
Paul,
even if you're single and you've got kids, like, you know, people are going to inherit your debt. So, you know, if you owe money on your house, if you didn't buy your house cash, even if it's, you know, a minimal left, you know, maybe it's $50,000. If you don't have life insurance, you know, you're looking at your cars, everything you own is going to go into your estate. So, I mean, that's going to be someone else's to handle at that point. So if you have life insurance, savings, retirement, pensions, all those things that you can pass on to your children are super. The swirl is fire.
Paul, you're a realtor.
Me and Eric had some adventures with some pizza, so I trust his.
I love pizza. I heard that DiCarlo shut down.
That was crazy.
I don't know. Is it true?
I heard about it yesterday. Rob Silverman told me that they are not in business. On my way to the gym tomorrow morning, I'm going to be checking that out to see if DiCarlo's is for sure closed. I'm not sure about that. So.
You know, every business owner thinks their business is the most competitive. Right? Like, you know, I think all insurance, that there's a ton of insurance agents, realtors think.
Sure.
But it's an inside competition. That's what we've come to learn. It's not an outside. And if you guys don't know TikTok, if you're not on TikTok and you don't have access to 500 million users
7.8
a month, then you're missing out on that. Okay? You're missing out. So you should definitely get a TikTok account. But anyway, let's talk about your family and what's underneath the roof. At the end of the day, you go to work for, you know, and you have a mortgage payment. Some people pay cash. I still have a mortgage.
Sure.
So, but there's more than that, right? There's cars, right? Like we have leases on them. Yeah. We can't turn those leases in. If I die, my wife can't say, I'm going to turn in his Mercedes, or this. It's like you have to pay all that.
Yeah, and I buy my car, so, you know, I got debt on my vehicles. So, you know, I pay a monthly car payment on my stuff. So, you know, they're not even leases. So that's just pure debt that's going in there. She doesn't get even lifted from those things. So, you know, my goal was when I put my life
but the point is, right, so if you were to pass away, which is possible when you leave your house,
happen tonight on the way home.
Right? That if someone doesn't have life insurance, that mortgage, people usually can't make the payment.
Sure.
Right? They can't pay for it. So not only do they lose it because you can't sell it in time, your credit goes every 30 days. Like, I have a credit app, man. Like, it'll tick, and the numbers will just crush.
Sure.
And then they can't live, right? Because you know rentals. How is it easy to get a rental property without good credit?
Oh, you can't. I mean, it's impossible.
So not only did you hurt them in that way, but now they can't even find.
You can buy cash. You can buy cash, but you're not going to get a loan if you don't have good credit. I mean, just to buy a single family home, you know what I mean? You need $580 to go FHA, you know. So there's definitely necessary needs on the credit side of things.
We'll do TikTok video tomorrow, Eric, at breakfast. Right? You did your first TikTok video here.
Yeah, I did do my first TikTok video here with you. That's crazy, man. Have you been? I go on there every now and then since you told me about it. I don't really make too many videos. I think I made like 2 or 3 videos just to see what it was about. Just funny things like running through an office one time and some different stuff. But man, the people, it is just crazy the videos that they throw out.
I learned about,
and they're hilarious too, man. They're funny.
Well, you can follow anything you want. Like I follow doctors on there, and I learned about my knee. And I learned about the human body because I used to didn't like it when Weekend Facebook Live the race. Remember that was fun? You know I like to have fun with my friends. One of the things about entrepreneurs that's great is they have to be a little edgy in order to do what they did.
Without a doubt.
Right? So,
sure.
and us keeping each other having that spirit is important.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That's like our responsibility to the next
sure.
generation to show them how we act.
100%.
You know what I mean? And so you guys have all done a good job, really. Eric, you have, Matt. So 71% will tell you they need life insurance, but only 59% have coverage. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
that's like you have an inventory now. Like the inventory is not enough for houses, right?
Sure.
And you have all these people that want houses, right?
Yeah. No,
Here we go. All these people.
I would actually think that it's crazy that only 71% of people think they need it, and then it's even crazier. Only 59% of people have it.
86 say they haven't bought it because it's too expensive and they overestimate it. I mean, listen, when I give you your quotes,
priorities, man. People just don't understand priorities in life. That's most individuals' biggest thing is somebody will go out and spend $150 on a night out, drinking, having fun, eating dinner.
Rob, thanks for sharing this.
Going out on a date, $150, and they won't pay $150 a month for life insurance.
$50 a month is $300 a year. And people are like, dude, I can't spend $50. I had someone tell me, look, that's all I'm spending.
People prioritize in the craziest of ways because it's all. Most people focus on short term and what's right in front of them right now, and that's why you have those numbers that you do right there. Because 59% of people don't even think about the future. I'd love to see the percentage of people that have actual retirement plans, actual savings plans, investments, stocks, different things like that, where they've taken just minimal amounts of their cash and invested in long term wealth. It's probably, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine what that percentage is. But on top of that, I'm not surprised that in any way people don't think about what it's going to be like for everybody else when they die. First of all, people are selfish, and second of all, a lot of people think they're invincible. Like, hey, the average person lives to be 76 years old, 77 years old, or something like that. I'm 33. I got 40 more years left to worry about that.
My new thing is I tell people, I've been doing this 14 years, is life insurance is when you put your values on paper.
Sure.
Because everyone says their family's important. I'm like, why would you make a mortgage payment, electric payment, and those payments, and not have life insurance?
Yeah, $2 million. What was the? How long did I get mine? 30 years.
Yeah,
30 years.
But you get your money back.
Yeah, I get my money back.
Yeah. How cool is that? Like that's an entrepreneur mindset.
Hey, I'll pay a little extra to get my money back.
30 years, are you going to want to have tax-free piece of money?
My wife's covered, and then I get what, $108,000 back at the end of 30 years if I don't die.
Tax-free.
Yeah,
but what you get along the way is you get the coverage, right?
I got $2 million.
So, and you can use that coverage, like I said, most people don't know if they have that coverage to leverage other things.
Yep.
Right? So I want to get as much as I can because we like to do different things.
Yeah.
So we understand how it works.
Yeah.
There's a reason banks always make sure there's life insurance on everything.
Sure.
Right?
Insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So private mortgage
not
insurance.
Not going to give you a loan without some type of insurance.
That's life insurance, though. Like what that is a life insurance policy.
Everybody,
D. La Rock, good to see you.
Everybody's like, you can't go buy a car without showing proof of insurance. You know what I mean? Like you almost can't buy anything that has any monetary value that's going to put somebody in a significant amount of debt without some type of insurance on it. It's just impossible.
Why do you think people are scared of that word? You think it's because of health insurance? I think health insurance is what scares everyone from that word. I think health insurance should be called something else.
I need to get new health insurance. I need to figure that out. Because I bought it outside. But yeah, I would believe that because it's so frustrating. Health insurance is like one of the most frustrating things. I bought mine outside the marketplace. And
please share this.
I went to WellSpan and they were like, yeah, we don't take this. So I was like, okay, what do we do now? Like, WellSpan owns 3/4 of York. So,
and to let you know, they took salespeople out of, I had the bank give me a $1 million line of credit and only asked for a $1 million rider on life insurance. On my policy. Yeah, right? So you need to have that, need to cover it. Exactly. So appreciate y'all sharing this. I'm just inviting a couple people. So
do they have, like, if they $1 million rider on my life insurance policy? So is that outside of his normal life insurance?
It was another life insurance policy.
Okay. So on top of the life insurance policy,
like people name things, other things, right? Like they call mortgage insurance mortgage insurance.
Sure.
It's just life insurance.
Sure.
So it's a term policy, right?
So that's a rider on top of the life insurance that he already has that covers that loan.
The bank got him a policy on his loan. When they got it, they got him a $1 million policy that he signed.
Solid.
That the bank is, so if something happens, they get paid their loan out.
Yeah, that's
right.
Great.
And then his family doesn't get put out. So.
Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point is to cover your family. You don't
exactly. You don't want them to be a part of that and have all that debt. And you can pay for college. Matt, good to see you.
And he's built an empire. So, you know what I mean? He's got to be in a position where if everything went crazy with mortgages on rental properties and different things like that, you got to make sure that nobody's stuck with them. So, And
if you look in history, you'll see the families that didn't have. You would think some of these biggest empires didn't have life insurance and some did. And it's called, at a certain level, it's called wealth transfer. And we help people with that. That's having A&B trusts. I don't give legal advice.
What's up, man?
But life insurance funds the trusts.
Sure.
And the trust just keeps things private.
Yeah, no, that's great.
But there's all different levels. But to keep it simple, at the end of the day, if you're buying property or investing in property, you should contact. And if it's not me, contact another broker. I'm an independent insurance broker.
Sure.
So listen, I have tons of Adam, Dietz and Blue up here. There's tons of brokers that you can find. So, and then we can only help.
But I don't know many that work harder than you.
I appreciate that.
That's why my life insurance. I changed my policy. I had a policy.
You did. You had, and we help people. Most people don't know.
I already had a policy, and the numbers didn't change much. I just liked having the access.
You were at a sweet spot.
Yeah, I was in a good spot. But I really love the idea of, obviously, if I can keep myself healthy, I never know when I'm going to die. But hopefully, in 30 years, I don't need life insurance anymore. I'm in a position in my life where I'm not in need of it. And I get some type of return on my money. I didn't just throw it away for 30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not throwing it away, but you know what I'm saying.
But if people saw the money and that money they had access, their family did, if they could be in heaven and look down, they would be like, dude, I would have done it quicker, right? If they really got it.
For sure.
Because people take a long time. That's the other thing, is I'm like, you don't take forever to get anything. But with life insurance, people, not you, I'm just saying, but people will be like, okay. And I'm like, there's a point, you got to be persistent with people. I'm sure in your business you have to.
All the time.
Right? So I try to drip on them. So if you ever don't want me to message you, let me know. If you tell me you want it, I've had a lot of clients pass away from the time they said they wanted life insurance. And I feel obligated, right? Because no one has ever called us and said we have too much life insurance. And that sounds crazy, and I say that. But why would that be? No one has ever, in 14 years, not one phone call.
Why would that?
Right?
You know what I mean? There's the whole point. If you died and you had a $10 million policy, just throwing it out there, never going to call and say you had too much. And everyone's going to be left in a position that they're taken care of. If you were in a lifestyle where $100,000 covered all that and made everybody not have to worry about funerals, costs, debt, everything like that, they're going to be in the same situation. So, it's just important to make sure. The biggest thing is, I couldn't imagine dying, not being here. And people don't like to talk about death, but dying tomorrow and having my family be in ultimate struggle. We're pretty much a one income household. So I couldn't imagine what that would look like. And the worst part would be dealing with being upset that you lost your dad, your husband, whatever it may be, and then on top of that, you still get a mortgage notice this coming month. You know what I mean? The bills don't stop.
I've seen people that were housewives or worked where they had to work 3 jobs.
For sure.
And the kids had to drop out of college. I mean, that's real.
Or sell their house. That, or get foreclosed upon. Yeah. But if you can remove all those stresses. In my situation with what I own, a house and debt and different things like that, on what I owe, not only would all the debt in our household be covered, but there would also be an influx of cash that would be able to cover the family for a good amount of time till everything was figured out. Because you never know what that looks like. I don't think you can guarantee coverage for the rest of their life.
But 18 months is the average for mourning. 18 months.
Sure, and it would definitely cover more than that.
Give 18 months.
It would cover way more.
And it would keep people from coming to the door, and it locks the door from the bills.
Yeah.
Bills get paid. They come in 30 days.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't know.
And in 90 days, they get shut off.
So I don't know what it's like to kick someone out, what they call that, but you're in the real estate.
Somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long will they take no rent on a house?
No mortgage on a house?
Yeah, because
they start to foreclose on you in about 90 days. So, they...
How much stress in the process of phone calls and mailings and people coming to the door?
What would that
look like to your kids? And what kind of, would you be leaving a bill or a memory? Like, you have that choice.
For sure.
Right, to decide.
Yeah.
And people want to wait around and decide. And life insurance, no one can discount it. It's based on your age and your health.
Sure.
The only advantage we have is we're independent brokers, we're your advocate. We shop many companies.
Yeah.
So our fiduciary responsibility is for our clients. So we shop around. We don't sell insurance for trips.
Sure.
We don't sell one company.
Yeah.
We bring up a whole bunch of them.
And say, hey.
And I'm like, here, what do you want? What are you looking at? If you want riders, it'll cost you more. Here's the riders that are available.
Yeah.
Do you want it slimmed down? What do you want? What are you looking for? I mean, we do an interview process when we give an estimate.
Yeah.
Because I don't sell insurance. What I do is help you get it.
Definitely.
Right? And these shows are just a reminder in the busyness and who needs life insurance? I don't know anyone that doesn't need it. But I have people repeatedly tell me these crazy stories, and I look and I'm like, okay, if you ever need me, let me know.
Sure.
Right? It's a lot of times it takes a funeral. Andrea, good to see you. You're awesome. Her family's Anderson Car Wash. We love them. They're one of our clients. Awesome. Nice. And her fiance is Peter Batros. So
okay.
Peter, love you. You're awesome. Queensgate Auto Sales is Rami. So good to see everyone. Share this out. Let's have some fun. We have Honest Home Solutions. We're going to get to some properties here. And I was going to do a bunch of this talk. I have all these details. And I'll highlight a couple things real quick. Hold on. And then, because I want to make sure I get to this. But share this out, invite. This is social. So we're the social generation, and we're new on social media. So we actually take those words of media, your phone, you shared, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok. I don't know where you are, but we're there, and we're glad you're here. And if you're coming on the replay, mad love for that, too.
Yes,
love
indeed.
the replay.
Yes, indeed.
But this was a video I was going to play, which is a pretty good video, but I'm probably not going to get around to it. But here's what I want to tell you. You almost certainly need term life insurance. If you ever plan on getting a house, have a house, or have debt, you're going to certainly probably need term life insurance. So get a quote from me or from someone else. Insurance is a product, not an investment. Use the DIME method to calculate how much you need, and I can explain. It basically talks about 10 to 15 times your income is what it is. It's cheaper than you think. The earlier you buy life insurance, the better. That's true. Definitely. But doesn't always mean, because products change also, and people lose weight, quit smoking, those things do matter. It's a good idea to name more than one beneficiary. You can always change your beneficiary while you're alive and in good mental health.
For sure.
You should review your policy regularly. With me, it doesn't have to be the agent you got it from. It could be any agent that you trust. Your insurance might not pay out if you die on certain causes. Typically, if you lie on the policy, it's not if you die in the first 2 years, or if you do suicide. There are other inclusions, but that's typically what it is. It's within the first 2 years, suicide.
Or some type of sickness.
Or if you lied
about. Yeah.
Right? Or didn't tell them. And, that's why you always want to be honest with your broker and tell them everything. They'll find the company. Even with marijuana, that's changed. There's companies that will look at it and not look at it like they used to. So just be honest with your broker, whether it's us at the Gary Group.
What if somebody's on medical marijuana now?
So they look at it differently.
Okay.
Yep, even recreational, like a lot of people do.
Sure.
All you got to do is be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. Your broker's the one you want to be honest with, because anything you told your doctor, you want to get a policy that pays your family.
Sure.
So if you're like, hey, I told you everything, then boom, you have no worries.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
So, but here we have Honest Home Solutions. So, real quick, how long have you been in business?
A year.
A year.
Yeah.
Wow. So what made you want to go into business, man? Business is not easy. I'm going to share and invite while you tell. But what made you want to go into business?
Oh man, I love real estate. I love what we do. It was a big choice for me to open my own business. I left a great position making a good amount of money. But for me, it was partly, now I work just as much, but just being able to control some of your own schedule, being a business owner.
Oh, so like being able to go down to LSU, how was that?
Oh, incredible, man.
So that's your team right down there, right?
It was such those memories you'll never get back.
So is that part of the reason to be able to have, because you said memories?
And be able to do that on the whim, you know what I mean? And not have to be, have anxiety or be stressed about not being able to perform at that level, while I'm gone, or not be available to be able to, do what I need to do. But, at the same time, that's not saying I didn't have time beforehand. I just wanted to be able to kind of take my own path, and I had an incredible team that wanted to do it with me, and they've been such a blessing to our success. Can't even thank them enough.
Let's shout them out, everybody.
Scott and Kelsey came with me at the time, and really just made such an impact on making it possible for us to get through that, because it was just us three when we first got started. And now we brought on Sean as an acquisitions agent. What's up, Sean? He's did great this week. Just got back from Martinez training and been crushing it. And then Victoria as well. She's came on as administrative assistant to Kelsey, and we thank her so much. She's been really focused on getting stuff together on social media, putting some stuff on Instagram and Facebook, and really just making sure that we stay busy on that.
So why do you guys get on social media and do all that? Because some people look at it like it's kiddie and that's not real, and why do they waste their time? Because real estate used to be these totally professional videos, and you did open houses, and that was it. It was suit and tie, and that was it. So how were you one of the ones that broke away and been successful doing it?
So social media kind of changed the game, and I would say it's just been so impactful to my business. And when I actually left the last place I was with, that was my focus. Is I was like, hey, what is not everybody doing at a high level? And it was social media.
People always say, "What's your RTI?" I'm like, when you do social media, it's more than that. Anthony Camacho, make sure you get his book. Hold on, I got to show you his book. You're my man. You talk about sales. But, so can you answer the RTI, return on investment thing?
Sure.
Because that's a big one.
So for me, my return on investment with social media isn't as much focused on the dollar for dollar, because a lot of it is free advertising. You can do a lot. But for me, it's all about branding. Letting people know who your brand is, letting people know what you are, what you stand for, and being repetitive with that, being top of mind for those that are looking to buy or sell a house. Your amazing itty bitty little black book of a successful in-person cold calling. That's probably a great book to have.
15 steps to obtaining multi-million-dollar clients. Anthony, share this, man. You're awesome. I love you. Nice. He's out in California. Amazing guy. So
I might need to give this to some of my guys.
Yeah, great book, man. And give him a rating on Amazon. He's amazing. He's one of, talk about someone that's been doing something for a long time at a high level.
That's awesome.
All of my friends, and I shout out, all my friends are amazing. I appreciate you all. I'm blessed to be with you. This is our show, so I get to be real creative.
Sure.
I love to have fun. To me, social media is like we're sitting on a couch.
It's a blast, man.
And we're hanging out. We're going to talk about some points, but we're going to talk like real humans. We don't get to hang out much.
No, yeah.
Right,
and it's just so crazy because, it is all about branding. The return on investment is, I don't know how to measure it.
Because people ask that, and there's a lot of handicaps I see. Sure. And I'm like, well, you just have to wait, but, and then with this show, I try to show.
Here's your return on investment is I know everybody out there, you click on, something that you see on Facebook or Instagram, and maybe it's just a little story or a little snippet. And even in those stories and snippets, you'll see the advertisements of people's face or people's companies or things like that make it to those pages. And when you're scrolling through, that's your return on investment, is that people see your face. People, they notice you, they recognize you. They say, oh yeah, oh okay, that's that guy. And the dollar amount on social media, I don't know, it's incredible, because any lead you get from social media, unless you're paying to advertise it, is free. So the RTI there, if you get one deal on social media and it makes me $15,000 as a company on a house, I mean, that's a.
Do you feel like it makes you better and sharper as a business person?
Oh, for sure.
Why do you think that is? Like when you prepare for shows, do you think it is?
I think it's a lot of that, but I think if you're actually trying to brand yourself in a way, you need to be committed to knowing what you're talking about, because people are going to listen to what you have to say, or they're not going to listen to what you have to say because you don't know what you're talking about. So it makes you have to be on point, precise with what you have to say. Make sure that you're not just throwing BS into the air, because people will call you on it when they're watching it and they know that you're just saying things to say it. They'll be the first ones to be like, "What are you talking about? Like, that's not right. That's not how you And you don't need to be the smartest person in the room either. It's not about that. You don't have to every day be out there pitching that you're the best thing since sliced bread. You just have to know what you stand for, what your brand is about. And honestly, for me, it's being humble enough to learn from other people. I've like I said, I've been in this real estate thing for 5 years, but my business has been around for 1. And I would say, to tell you the truth, it's so important to make sure that you're willing to learn from other people that have been around the block, and humble enough to hear what they have to say. So some of those people share on social media. Some of them share on social media so they give you an outlet to reach out to. It's the same way I do. I'm on social media, so if people have questions about a deal or something, they can hit me. They can give me a call. They can let me know.
That's a pretty big reason. What can you read that to people? They're not going to see it on the screen, but that was on my show. If you want to look at the last social media show we did.
How long do you expect to wait for a response from the brand to your social media question or complaint?
Mine is within a half an hour. Yeah. Like I expect it within a half an hour. Probably because business owners work so hard. They don't want to wait. People think they're impatient. It's just they work hard.
Don't expect a response, 6%. Within 4 hours, 26%. Under 2 hours, 31%. Under 30 minutes, 37%. Yeah, I think
so. Just if you had the last 2 columns, that's over 60-some% expected within less than 2 hours.
I believe that.
Right?
Yeah.
And 30-some%, 1 out of every 3
68% under 2 hours.
Right there.
That's incredible.
So that allows you to either build your business or dump it, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. Like, that's for sure.
I mean, because stuff moves fast.
Yeah.
The real estate market moves fast, right?
Really fast.
Can we talk about this?
Sure.
What do we got here?
So this is a little house property in High Spire right now. This needs a little bit of work, needs some updating. This is probably $25,000, $30,000 worth of work that would need done in there. We can do a customized renovation. The cash price for this right now is $48,560. ARV on this thing is somewhere between $110 and $120. Great possible rental property for you, great fix and flip, or a customized renovation for somebody that's looking for a first-time home buyer. All those options are available. You can always reach out to us at HonestHomeSolutions.com, or you can call me, 717-779-8754.
So your phone number is 717?
779.
779.
8754.
54.
I always say it fast.
Awesome.
You gotta slow down.
For a long time, I've wanted someone taught me to say it like I'm writing it. So I want people to have your number because you do a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
And so who are people that invest? Can we talk a little bit about, because people think they have a picture of this rich person throwing money off a cliff and buying houses.
Sure.
But then you have, is it Giovanni?
Yeah.
Giovanni
was with Matt. So they have like a bunch of students that work with them. That work through their program for investing, which is just incredible. But anybody can invest as long as. But
when you go to one of these meetups, whoever's, I'm just saying. Sure. So when people go, who is it? It's working people. It's people that want to have a future. Can you tell them what they're looking for? They're looking for some financial down the road income when they retire. Yeah. Like, what are they saying at these things?
I mean, at a lot of these meetups, if you go to any of the meetups that are available, you're going to see a broad spectrum of individual that is at the meetup, because there's so many different lifestyles and demographics that are in it to invest, and there's so many different ways that they can go, but it's really anybody that has some type of income, that wants to save, that wants to build long-term wealth over time on the rental side of things, and maybe want to have some cash flow. They want their money to make them money in the long term, and instead of having it just sit in the bank on a small return, small savings, whatever it may be. These are ways that you can invest in properties, either do it yourself, like something like this, where you can take on the work yourself, or you can buy a turnkey investment property where the work is all done for you. And Matt and Zach have a great turnkey business that they've been doing for years.
What's this?
This is a great little house. So this is Wood Street. This is a great little property in Middletown. Great rental property available. Has a great side lot. It's a 2-bed, walk-through 3-bed, 1-bath property. It needs updated inside, but really isn't been meticulously maintained over the years. So this is a great opportunity for somebody. We're selling this for $45,000. It has with the side yard and everything, it has an ARV probably about 100. Doesn't need a ton of work, just needs cleaned up. Probably rents for around $1,000 to $1,100. So something like that, maybe $900. I mean, it really depends on who you have in there and who you're.
So how much is the cash price for this?
This is $45,000.
And that's up in Middletown.
Yep,
so are these Dauphin County or what county?
These are Dauphin County. Yeah.
So they're both Dauphin County. There's 2 properties right now.
Yeah. They're right down the street from each other. So if you're going out that way to check them out, or if you want to get out there, just let us know. We can get you in both of them the same day. They're maybe 2 miles from each other. So it's 2 little properties that we just picked up this week.
Can they text you? I know you like text.
Yeah, you can definitely text.
So they can text you at 717
779
779
87 54.
Text them, ask them a question.
Yeah. Any questions?
Don't be afraid to ask questions. I think that's a lot of people's hesitations. They're like, well, I'll wait. And anyone that's in business would love to answer your question. They're not going to come slam you and sell you.
Sure.
Like, listen, if you want us to give you a quote on life insurance, we'll ask you a couple times through the process if you want it. Do you want it? Like, are you sure? Because we're busy helping people that want it.
Definitely.
So, but we don't want to miss people because we know people get busy. So I'm sure they're the same way.
Yes, 100%.
And their website, your website is what?
HonestHomeSolutions.com.
HonestHomeSolutions.com. And they got that thing rocking.
Yeah. You guys can find any of our inventory there. Anything that we have listed with, our partner Nick Fudale, who does a lot of our listings for us.
Oh, I was in this, wasn't I?
We trust him with all of our stuff. Yeah, you were in this thing. So it just got finished. It's done. It's fine.
Adam, please share this. Please invite your friends. Look, if you don't mind doing a watch party, that would be great. Watch parties are amazing.
Yeah,
so definitely. Please do a watch party. I love seeing your watch parties. If you could do a watch party tonight, that would be great. Yes, we're talking life insurance, and yes, we're talking real estate.
Yeah, for sure. So this is a fully renovated property, just finished up. Brand new floors, kitchen.
This place is amazing.
It's a nice little spot. 4 beds, 3.5 bathrooms.
4 beds, 3.5 bath.
Yeah, almost a bathroom a person, right?
Yeah.
So
it's got a garage.
Yep, it's got a 1-car garage in the back. Nice little development.
Down a parking lot, district. And it's got a parking spot too.
Yeah, a parking spot, and it has.
And there's a deck off there, right?
Yeah, nice deck, Trex deck back there, so you can just power wash it. Don't got to worry about it.
Dallas Town Schools.
Is
that popular?
Yeah, it's definitely popular.
Yeah, so nice.
So and this is a perfect example where for us, how silly it would be to not have this insured. And if or have life insurance. On it. Like, if I were to die, there's a bunch of money owed on this property right now. You know what I mean? I borrowed cash from the bank to buy it. So, we're in a situation where, that's something that, if I were to die, it would be really important to make sure that all those things were covered.
And people, they do not think the bank's insurance is your insurance. No, that's their insurance.
Sure. And I have homeowners insurance on it, of course, as well. But, you just never know.
And the causes when we were talking to Matt.
Yeah.
How all that stuff comes in,
100%.
right? Life insurance makes it simple. It goes to the beneficiary. Cut and dry.
Yes.
Right?
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Your family, your partners, anything like that, you want to make sure that you have coverage for it. This is a beautiful property. So let's talk about this property. It's in Dallas Town Schools.
Yep.
What's it going for?
It's $179,995.
Well, you got that under $200 for in Dallas Town Schools.
20,000.
All the updates.
Everything.
With all those updates, 4-bedroom, 3-bath.
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
Like, bathrooms are mega important.
Sure.
You should drop a 1 if bathrooms are important. I mean, seriously.
Bathrooms
are important.
And 2 if kitchens are more important to you. I wonder which one is more important.
Yeah, 1 for bathrooms and 2 for kitchens.
Because those are the things that I would say would sell a house.
Bathrooms and kitchens.
Yeah, I'm a kitchen guy, man.
All right.
I'm a kitchen guy.
No, our kitchen, needs a lot of help. And I'm the cook. I always yell at people. I'm like, don't come in here. We don't have room. Don't come in the kitchen. So you're a kitchen guy. So I cook with cast iron.
I love cooking with cast iron.
You have to learn it.
Yes.
We don't have a microwave. If you've never Googled and looked up microwaves, they're one of the most unhealthy things you can have in your house.
Really?
Oh my God. So look them up and Google them and see what they do to the molecular structure of your food. If you put a piece of broccoli in, what comes out is not a vegetable.
Really?
Oh yeah. If you put a hamburger in, what comes out and the body doesn't know how to do it to digest it.
Huh.
So it causes a lot of medical issues. Look it up, Google it. So we don't use microwaves.
Nice.
So now my one daughter did put it for my other daughter to have. She gave her hers because she moved. But me and Christy, we don't use it. Cast iron. So anyway, going back to cast iron in kitchens. We use gas with cast iron. So you love gas?
I'm a gas guy, 100%.
You can't cook without gas. No. I mean, you can, but it's hard. I feel bad for you.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Because it makes it even. Yeah. So you do the cooking.
I love to cook. I was in the restaurant business for
I don't love cooking anymore. I used to love cooking. Yeah. So I love eating, but I cook here.
I don't cook all the time anymore because a lot of times I'm busy. But we go out way too much. Actually.
So what would you say? Some tips? I would say tips would be olive oil. Salt and pepper, good quality. Pink Himalayan salt.
Yeah, gotta use good salt.
Cracked
Salt's
pepper.
important.
Yeah.
Cracked pepper. Yeah, pepper. Always have to do that.
So, what other tips would you say?
I use I love cooking a steak in cast iron.
Oh.
With like some rosemary and some thyme, like just.
You ever see the TikTok videos on those?
No.
Oh my gosh. They're usually out in the woods and they throw it on.
Really?
And they sear it. Yeah, a nice big steak.
Wow.
And I like my steak well done or medium well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Gotcha.
How do you like your steak out there?
I'm a medium rare guy. I'm a medium rare guy.
Or rare.
Yes.
Medium rare.
Or
Pittsburgh
rare.
well.
I can do rare 100%.
Yeah.
Not a problem for me.
What's the different flavor in duck? Like I'm not real experimental.
I love duck.
What is it? The flavor?
It's just
so
tender,
if you love
man.
duck, that means you probably like the dark meat of chicken.
Love the dark meat of chicken.
See, I like the white meat.
I like white meat.
Yeah. Because it's moister, it's more flavor.
Yeah, it's just.
That's what my daughter says.
Yeah, it's definitely
great. So can you put your town? I know I asked late, but if you come on the replay, I'm always being a social media company. I know we're here with the Gary Group, but we're both companies. Social is important. The more you connect, the more we connect. So if you don't mind dropping your town, maybe your zip code in there, it's always appreciated. It's a connection we get. It helps us connect more. So I appreciate y'all doing that. So this property is 174?
179,995. And 4 beds, 3.5 baths, 100% remodeled, ready to go. It just got pictures taken Friday, and just hit the market fully today. We've already had 2 showings and also might have an offer coming in today.
Nice island.
So, yeah,
nice
great.
open concept. And Matt Ford even inspected it.
Yeah, he did inspect it.
And he
gave it the hardcore homeowner stamp.
Yeah, the hardcore homeowner stamp of approval.
So that's always
nice.
A plus, man.
So Honest Home Solutions is here. We're talking about real estate and life insurance. And really business, but I'm going to put it on real estate. But hold on one second. So if you could please share this out. Do they go together, and why do they go together, real estate and life insurance?
It's just important, man. It's all about your family and making sure that they're okay. Because most people buy a house with a mortgage. That's what it really comes down to. There's very few people out there buying houses for cash. And if you're going to carry a 30-year mortgage in most cases, every now and then somebody will carry a 15-year mortgage. So if your life insurance doesn't cover at least the term that you owe on that house, you're going to have to leave somebody with a hurting thing if you die early. So that's the biggest thing I'd say about it is making sure that your life insurance leaves the people that you love the most in a position to still thrive and take care of anything that you leave behind that's unfinished business. And in our world, real estate's just one of the most costly things you're going to buy in your life. So if it's one of the most costly things you're going to buy in your life, you want to make sure that when you're dead or if you die, that those people that you love the most don't have to worry about that.
If you die before your wife, can she get a loan for the amount that you have? And if she can get the loan, not if she can get the loan, I want to say, is the loan going to be more or less than the price of life insurance. So if she had to get an amount, I'm not going to say your amount of your life insurance,
sure.
but the amount, right? If you die, so she has that amount of money, but she needed to get that. When she went to the bank, what would a payment be for a loan like that?
Oh, my goodness.
So, but this is, it sounds absurd, but it's at the end of the day, it's the price of money.
Sure. She wouldn't be able to get that loan.
Right?
No. Yeah, 100%.
But it's more than the mortgage would be.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds crazy. But is life insurance anywhere near that?
No.
People don't understand. That's what you need to think about.
Not
Dave, good to see you.
Not even close.
Dave wants to get together with you for something. I forget what it is. Dave, I'm trying to think what it was.
You told me about that.
Rick, good to see you, man. Tell Lou Rivera.
Shoot me a message, Dave.
That's Councilman Lou Rivera's husband, Rick. Rick, you know I love you, man. You're awesome. Appreciate you.
What's up, man?
You're awesome. Tell Lou I said hi. Lou, you know I love you. And your mom. If I die, I'm leaving my GoPro chain. My GoPro's hooked up, which I usually don't.
I know.
So tomorrow we're doing breakfast, right? Like that's clear. We're doing breakfast tomorrow.
I'm with it.
So one of the things I love.
Ask him, man. We have plans for.
All right, so I'm gonna look at my schedule right now. I should be clear, but I just want to make sure right now. Wasn't that crazy that TikTok has 500 million monthly users? I wanted to make sure this phone didn't go up here.
No, that's insane.
You know, this TV eliminated me by an Apple TV. That TV's hooked up to an Apple TV. This one is all built in.
I know. It's all mine in my house. You can run them off your phone too. It's wild.
Right?
It's insane.
Isn't that crazy? How just a little bit of time, how it happens. Rob.
Yes, agreed. That's what I was saying. If your life insurance term does not
100%.
cover your mortgage time.
Well, I'm super busy, so if we're going to commit, I'm good. I would love to have breakfast with you guys. So 8:15, are we locking it down?
I'm with it, man. I'll be leaving the gym. I'll bring another T-shirt.
So I can't wait to start running. I can't wait to start running for you guys again. Everyone that I run, I can't wait.
This guy.
But I got to take care of my tendonitis. I didn't know I had it. I figured out I had it. So it's RICE: rest, ice, compression, elevation. My wife taught me that. Acronyms and trunks. I learned it from Tony Robbins, trunking. So I try to say the same things over. Am I the only one that's a dork that does that? But anyway, probably. So to remind myself, I have all these little things to remind myself, right? Like to be happy. I just realized that 155,000 people didn't wake up, right? Like it doesn't take much for me to, but I get off target all day.
Sure.
Right, like I think you all should know. Like I'm a spaz with like focus, so focusing is one of my hardest targets.
Sure,
it's just being sheer focus.
And when you're focused on like 5-7 different things at one time, nothing ever gets done.
You feel depressed.
You just don't.
I do.
You don't hit the bullseye. You might hit the target. Like I can do 5-6 things at a time. I've had to do it a lot. I operate in chaos pretty well, but like you don't hit the bullseye. Like, you might have good shots, but they're not bullseyes. And now I got 5 not bullseyes. If I focus on one thing, I'll hit the bullseye. That's my mentality.
When you have focus, it's like, what's that movie where the guy was like, all that futuristic stuff? It's like you got that sheer focus and you can see. I look for distractions to stay focused.
Sure.
So when I see him, I just push him to the side. That's not what's important to me. That's not what's important to me. And it's hard, but I battle a lot of distractions all day to stay focused on what's important.
Agreed.
Excellent. Listen, I love it. You guys are all having amazing shows. Really, I love it. And it's us doing what we're supposed to do, which is helping the younger generation and anyone else that wants to rise at any age, and letting them know true business is being a gentleman or a lady and doing it the right way.
For sure.
Right? And for always forgetting yesterday and always creating today. You know what I mean?
Gotta move forward, man.
And
past ain't gonna do anything for you.
You only get what you deserve in life. Like, I'm fired up. I'm like, the clock, I can't wait till daylight saving time is over. You know what I love about it? Because it could be light until like 9:30.
I know. I can't wait.
Is anyone else like me? Can you drop a 3 if you like the daylight better than the night light? Like, I'm a daylight guy. I love the daylight. It's just feels so much better.
Sunshine is definitely...
I should probably pray for people in Alaska. Because that's a depressing state.
Yeah, but they also get a ton of sunlight, too, on the other side.
Imagine that.
It's like 24
We'd have to sleep down. I'd have to sleep down in my basement. My daughter put those stars up.
I'm focused on my omelet tomorrow.
Omelets. Yeah, so I got to think what I'm going to have. I don't care. whatever. I'm not worried about it. So, let's see here. Let me just put this back up here.
No, but it's definitely important, man, to stay focused. It's if I were to tell you, it's probably anybody that's in charge of multiple things. I would say it's probably one of the hardest things for everybody because our phones make us so accessible to so many different things that can be happening and distractions to the one thing that we need to focus on. I'd say that if you talk to most people, even no matter who you talk to, I would say that focus is going to be a big struggle for a lot of individuals if they're managing people or things. Because there's just so many ways to reach somebody. Like, I'd be doing something, next thing you know, my phone rings. Next thing you know, I get a message on Facebook. Next thing you know, something happens and I'm getting an email. And it's hard if you're not willing to just say, okay, I got to get this one thing done. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, 110%, and make sure that I hit the target, dead bullseye, and then I can worry about the next thing. And that's how you're going to get stuff done at a strong pace.
Great question. Difference between term and whole life. Term, like the word says, is for a term, whether it's for 5-year, 10-year, 15-year, 20, 25, 30. They even have 40-year terms now that they've developed products for. And with term, they do have return of premium, where if you qualify, you can get your money back or some of your money back from your premium. Permanent insurance is just like it says whole life. It's for your whole life.
Sure.
Whether that's a universal guaranteed whole life. And, the names make it sound complicated. So when I sit down with someone, we try to make sure they understand, what are you looking to get out of it, right?
Sure.
So there's multiple policies someone will have. They might get a policy to make sure that, their kids can pay off their college. Maybe they don't have the money right away.
Sure.
So they get a life insurance policy, make the wife or the husband the beneficiaries and the kids as secondary, so if they die, then the kids can go and pay off or pay some of the college off. Sure. Or there's grandparents or parents that like to leave $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 for their kids or grandkids for deposits on the house.
Sure.
Maybe they don't want to go to college or start a business.
That's like my biggest, talking about having a secondary beneficiary. When we flew down to New Orleans, I always think about that. There's some couples that like fly separate, just in case.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, and then I was talking to the people that were with us, sitting beside us, and they were telling us about how they don't fly together. Like, it was just a guy that told us, "Hey, no, my wife's not here because we don't fly together because you can't control it when you're up there."
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing to think about. That. But no, just thinking about having a secondary beneficiary. Did you know that people did that? I had no idea.
No.
That's pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
Because usually you want to enjoy the trip together, but
we're flying together. Me and my wife are flying together.
At the same time, man, I can understand how that would be, crazy if they're both that night both going.
This is a fact, right? This isn't fiction. This is just fact. 65% of working Americans say they could not cover the normal living expenses even for a year if their employment income was lost. 38% could not pay their bills more than 3 months.
I 100% believe that.
So, if someone's not only disabled,
what
if they're never here?
To tell the truth.
Most people can't pay them. So read the 4 Disciplines of Execution. Talks about focus. It's important, man. Your daily habits, focus, simple, simple, simple.
Sure.
And you know what I love is we remind each other, because I need reminded. Like when I'm talking, I'm just telling myself.
Sure.
Like I'm not telling anybody anything.
Yeah.
I got to remind myself. Right? It only takes me a couple cheeseburgers to get off. Like for real.
I understand. Now I say a lot of things too. Like even some Facebook videos that I do and different things like that I do on social media. Like I hope it hits somebody where it should hit them, and I hope it affects somebody's life in a positive manner. But a lot of times, like there are things that I'm thinking about that I need to work on my own, and sometimes just speaking them into existence and saying them. Instead of just thinking about them or reading them or listening to it, just saying it and letting other people hold you accountable for that. Because once you put it out there, like if you sit on social media and you preach something and 500 people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, they hear you say it and then you act opposite of it, like they're probably going to hold you accountable for it. And if they don't, they should. So sometimes that's part of it as well. Is like, with working out or going to the gym or something like that. Like if I go out there and I say it and I do it, then that's great. But if I'm saying it and I'm not doing it, it's
it's fool's gold.
Just
you know what?
repetition, and people do it all the time, and I've done it before too. But
Paul, good to see you.
It is a big thing to be out there and continue to say it. And that's why I love it, is because once I spit it into the atmosphere, I'm hoping that people hold me accountable to my words, and that when I look back at it, I've already said it, so I'm like, oh man, I better not do that, or I better go to the gym this morning, because like if I don't go to the gym this morning and I just said, hey, I'm going to the gym at 7.
For your videos.
Then how crazy is that?
Paul, good to see you, man, from California. Thanks for checking in. You're awesome. Love you and your wife. Don't confuse what's urgent with what's important. Two different things. You know, I used to confuse the two, and I used to always do what's urgent, and I never got anywhere.
Sure.
I mean, listen, I probably made all these mistakes over and over, and I don't stop making them.
Sure.
But my ability to get back up has definitely changed.
Without a doubt.
And my confidence from my daily habits has changed. Like, I feel I'm okay with not running, but I miss running. Like, I miss it bad.
Sure.
You know, I do. I miss the feeling. I miss all the energy. I miss all of it. But I believe there's a lesson in everything. And always find the lesson in the blessing. Don't beat yourself up. Like, sure. Wherever you are, the reason you don't compare yourself is because you should only compare you with your potential. If you believe you have potential, then you do. And depression means I didn't work as hard as I could. Yeah, Rob, exactly, man. Who doesn't love Jocko, man? Yeah, good book. Discipline equals freedom. TC Backer Construction. Hustle muscle. What's up, man? Ty? Awesome. His son's awesome. You're awesome. I love the paving job you got done. Great job. Your building is awesome, Ty.
Yeah,
appreciate you. You want roofing done? TC Backer Construction. Actually, you want anything done on the outside of your house? They got you. Boom. Yep, they got you. Yeah, he's got a cool office up there in Dover.
Oh, it looked great, man.
Yeah, did you go up to it?
I haven't seen it. I saw him put it up.
Oh, it's cool, man. It looks awesome. They did a great job.
It's really good.
So, but we're talking life insurance here. And we got some deals, though. We got to definitely throw some deals out. And so, $48,560. We're looking up in Dauphin County.
Yeah, this is in High Spire.
High Spire.
Nice little.
So let's talk about the kind of people that are going to live in this property or buy this property or invest it, right? Sure. So you're close to the Harrisburg Airport. There's a lot of military people. Yep. There's a lot of business people, right?
College people now too. Penn State Harrisburg's grown a bunch.
Okay.
So this is only about.
Please share this.
This is only about a mile from the college. And then the one on Wood Street that we'll get to in a second is literally, you could hit.
And this is single-family craftsman. Who doesn't love that?
Exactly.
So you some TLC, this thing's... So this right now is at anyone option. The investor option, first-time home buyer option, all that stuff, right?
Yep. So, I mean, this has any option. You could turn this into a rental for you. You could... There's actually 2 rentals on the same street that one of the investors that I've worked with many times has as well. He's actually going to be taking a peek at this tomorrow. But, it needs some TLC, probably, $25,000, $30,000 worth of work.
What's the ARV? After renovation? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
What's it?
ARV is after renovation value or after rehab value, however you want to look at it. And you're talking about something that's probably around 110, 115. No garage in the back, which is probably the difference between making it a 120 house. But it really depends on what you do on the inside. Great rental property though. 3 bed, 1.5 bath. So it's a neat property though. So also we do customized renovations on it. So if somebody's a first time home buyer and they're looking to get a deal where they can tell us pretty much what they want done, we can pick paint colors, pick flooring, set up kitchens that way so that they can have a say in what it looks like for them. So it's a great house. Has a newer roof on it. Needs windows. Definitely needs cleaned up on the inside, but doesn't need a ton. Like, it's pretty clean overall and isn't banged out at all. So
TC Backer for your windows right there.
Yes, indeed.
Boom. Flooring, you can go see Touch of Color.
Without a doubt.
Right.
Without a doubt, Ronnie.
What do we got here?
So this is Wood Street. This is a great rental property. Has a great side yard. Just picked this thing up today. Great house. 2 bed, 1 bath, 1 to walk through. It's really a 3 bed, 1 bath. But has the opportunity. This is probably going to be sold pretty quickly. We have 2 people already heading over there tomorrow to pick it up. So I expect an offer on this pretty quick. But this has actually been meticulously maintained over the years. I heard it's been passed down generation to generation.
What's your phone number again? 717?
779.
779.
8754.
8754. All
right. Newer roof on this thing, new mechanicals in here. It is electric heat. But other than that, it's a good property. It's solid, well built, updated mechanicals throughout the property, and it just looks good. So has a lot of options there, and a brand new roof. So roof's
how long does it take to close on deals? How long does it take?
Depends on type of financing. If somebody has
cash is the quickest.
Yeah, cash you can close.
So how long do they close?
It really depends on your title company. At that point, you can get the right title company. They can close a cash deal in 7 days. But again, that's pushing it. That's putting a lot of pressure on everybody involved in it. There's so many pieces to that puzzle to get it done. You can get it done, but I would say a safe number is 14 days for a cash deal. 10 to 14 days.
People think getting that is like life insurance where you just boom.
It's definitely not that. You can.
But what are some things people should have ahead of time or think about that we're talking about this? If they get serious, they want to do it. What are some things ahead of time that they can do to be serious about it or to think of themselves as serious? Is there anything they can do?
As an investor, somebody that's looking to buy rental properties? Yeah. First and foremost is if you're not going to use your own cash is get pre-approved. Get ready to move. Have something.
So you can go to a bank and say, I want to buy an investment property. You can do that?
Sure.
Most people don't know that.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
So they can go to their bank. The best would be their bank or what?
It really depends. There's many different options out there. You have lenders. You have portfolio loans through different banks. You have just banks that are going to give mortgages on properties. It is really an option of who you feel most comfortable with.
I see movement in the office. I see Movement Mortgage.
Local lenders that I work closely with. Chris Vitelli at Union Mortgage. Andrew Harkins with Movement Mortgage is great. There's Kevin Downs with. I can't think of his company right now.
So they can just hit you up. You have some. So that's the thing is you want to secure financing, just like when you bought a house.
It's the same way because this thing I'll probably have 2 offers tomorrow, if I were to guess what that's going to look like. But so if you're going to finance and not pay cash for a property, you have to be competitive. To me, at the end game, it's all the same. I'm getting a check for whatever it would be, and the same for a seller if they're selling a house. Cash is king in the fact that you can close early, you can waive inspections, you can waive appraisal stuff. But outside of that, really, they're getting the same amount of money at the end. If you offer them, $50,000 and $50,000, one's financed and one's not. Like the end all is that they're both going to get $50,000. So the advantage is that you can. You don't have to deal with the bank of inspections or appraisal. Well, you can waive inspections with a normal loan as well, but conventional, and you don't have to go with appraisal repairs or anything like that, which a bank can come through and hit you on appraisal repairs a few times. So that's the nice part about a cash deal. But if you're going to get into a rental property, there's lots of different ways to purchase one. You need to have usually 10% down. At a minimum, 20% down would be better. You can't have 2 FHA loans at the same time. If your house is an FHA loan, you can't go buy a rental property with an FHA loan. So you need to make sure that those things are taken care of and that you have the right financing for what you want to do. That's just a little tip there on that. Cash, obviously, if you're buying something that needs work, something for where you're buying a lot of sweat equity in it, cash is always going to be king there. It helps because you can move quick, you can finance, you don't need to deal with financing, not going to be appraisal repairs on a property, things like that. So even sometimes people take personal loans for those type of things or find hard money lenders. There's hard money lenders out there that will lend money to you.
I heard hard money lending is pretty competitive. They've even gone down. I don't know. I'm not in that game, so I don't know. But that's down around 10%, or I don't know.
Some are right around 10%. You have
up to what? So people know what are the rates?
10 to 14%. You could get hit harder if you didn't know what you're doing. It's your first time.
So what should they know? They don't want to keep this property around a long time. What are some keys you could tell somebody like lay this out and think about this. So you want to secure your financing,
sure.
Right?
So, I mean, there's so many different options. So, I mean, if you're looking for a flip, you don't want to keep it for a long time. If you're buying a rental,
but let's say they're buying this and they want to flip it, right?
Sure.
So it's someone that does it themselves.
Yep.
They want to secure their loan. They find their loan.
Yep.
And then what's their next game plan? Do they want to go in? You said kitchens and bathrooms, so they definitely want to do that?
Sure, definitely. I mean, I would say first things first are look at your big money items that somebody that's looking to buy a house is going to be worried about when they first walk through the door. First and foremost would be roofs, windows, gutters, anything that's really obvious from the outside. And then your big mechanicals, furnaces, ACs. Make sure foundation, well, I mean, you shouldn't buy it without making sure the foundation's good. But anything that's going to cost a significant amount of money that first buyer that walks in there, like it's silly to fix up a whole house and leave a furnace that's 25 years old. Like somebody's going to walk in there and be like, oh, I love this house, but I don't know when that furnace is going to break. And if they're an FHA buyer, 3.5% down, they might ask for 6% help to buy the property, seller's assistance from out of the purchase price to get back and to cover that 6%. And if they ask for that, there's a good chance that they're probably not sitting with, after buying the property, another $7,500, $10,000 to replace, a furnace and an AC unit, or put all new windows in, or put a new roof on. So those are things that when they're looking at it, they don't really want to have to deal with those types of things. So that's a good start, is make sure all your big ticket money items are going to be taken care of, and then you can start working on cosmetics. Floors, windows, kitchens, floors, paint, kitchens, bathrooms, those types of things, interior doors, even down to outlets and, also vents. All the little things do matter. Like if you walk in and you see, if you go back to Bluebird real quick. Oh, one more. So this is one of the flips that we just did. Like even the hinges and doorknobs. Hinges and doorknobs here. Well, those are all new fixtures as well. But if you just go to this picture right here.
Oh, that one right
just
there,
a little bit. All right. So they were all brass. Everything was brass. So we went nickel on everything. All hinges and doorknobs are new.
And they would have stuck out if they were brass. For sure. Like, people are like, ew.
And they're little things, but you got to make sure that they're taken care of. We have all Edison bulbs, lights throughout there down that hallway.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so, just a different style light. There's just different things that if you focus on that, you can make sure that the tiny details are taken care of. Because if you're gonna do it, you got to do it right. Because people are gonna walk into a property that's being renovated, because there's a lot of people that don't do it right and they're gonna pick you apart. So just make sure that when you do this stuff, you get in there, you take a look at it, you make sure that you take care of the tiny details as well, so that it's just taken care of. Like I went in there the other day and there was like a ceiling right above these stairs going up to that had like marks on it and stuff. And I was like, you missed this part of the ceiling here. So, and those things are going to stick out when you're doing a renovation. So just make sure you take care of the tiny details as well. But start with the big ticket items when you're doing doing a renovation budget. Make sure that those things are going to be done for the next buyer, because those are the things, especially a first-time home buyer that doesn't have a lot of extra cash on hand. Maybe a couple with a kid or just got married that they're going to be really focused on, because they're not going to want to be dumping after they buy the house. They're not going to want to dump a bunch of money in it. Sometimes they're okay with doing a small floor or carpet or some painting, because those things are expected. But putting in a brand new furnace, doing all new windows, putting on a roof, those are things that people look at and they get scared of, because they don't know how much they're going to cost. They don't know who to call, and it just puts them in a situation they don't want to be in. So those would be the first things I would tell you to focus on.
So guys, hit up Honest Home Solutions for your real estate needs. Take a minute, message them, like their Facebook page. They have a show every Wednesday, which is
9 a.m.
Coffee and Cash
Coffee
Deals.
and Cash Deals, baby.
Every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Please share this out. And then once you hit the share, it's not hard. You think about all the stuff that's on people's walls. These are digital phone books. This is the Jetsons. This is, taking everything that you are in a busy life and giving you the opportunity to get some information, some inspiration. Tonight we're talking life insurance and real estate, and we're here with Honest Home Solutions. But at the end of the day, we want to just give you information. Look, whether you deal with the Gary Group or you deal with anybody, any other broker. You should have your life insurance looked at. You should have your beneficiaries checked. You should get it looked at once a year. It's your life. No one's going to do it for you. But to make these payments and not be covered if something happens, it's kind of like paycheck protection. So if you're a business owner or it's your personal business, you should have your insurance looked at. We do free reviews. So all you got to do is message us. We can do it if you're in. We work across the United States. So whether you're in California or you're in Washington or Florida or Texas or Minnesota or New England somewhere, message us. We work. I work till midnight every day. It's just how it is.
For sure.
I start work around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I work until midnight. So, if not later. So you can always message me. I love what I do. It's just how it is.
Hey.
So message me. Don't be afraid to text me or message me. Like, I love doing business. It's what my life is. So if you're out there and you see it, you can text me, whatever you're comfortable on, and just tell me how late I can message you back. Right? Because I'll do it. You know what I mean? Because I like to take care of a lot of things at night that I can't take care of when a lot of people are at me during the day.
Sure.
So there's a lot of tasks I can take care of. And, we measure twice and cut once. So we're very good at underwriting. So most people are going to give you just a quote just to get you in. We're going to dial you in. How close was your quote to where we were?
Good. It was very close.
Right? We ask a lot of questions, but we got dialed in.
Sure.
And,
100%.
A lot of people say they like to have the price close to what you were told them to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's important. You can't pick up the phone and hear some crazy different price. You'll be frustrated and probably push it away and not be interested.
And you can make adjustments, right? We adjust it.
For sure.
There's adjustments along the way. I'm sure it happens in your business.
Yeah.
You have to make different adjustments, right? There's got to be concessions.
Yeah. You don't know what you're running into all the time, no matter how much information you get.
Yeah.
You never know.
Right.
So there's always things you gotta be ready.
And you can pick your payment, right? You can pick your payment when it comes out.
Without a doubt.
People aren't stuck. They can stop at any time if they want. It's all you. It's your family that's getting the money. That's what people got to understand. You pay other bills and you get no return.
Yeah.
Life insurance is getting a return.
Without a doubt.
And if it's term, you can even get your money back.
Without a doubt.
How cool is that?
Very cool.
Most people are like, what? You can get your money back. They don't think it's real, but it is.
It is. It's real.
And it's a contract. It's all in paper.
Yeah.
Everything's written up. We're the brokers, so we're not the insurance company. We work for you. But look, real estate and life insurance, do they go together?
100%. Definitely.
So if
take care of the ones you love, make sure that you're covered. Make sure that your real estate decisions, if you're a landlord and you own rental properties, and you have mortgages out on them, or if you just have a home where your family, husband, wife, kids lay their head at night, that in the case of a death, that they're not stuck. That they have options and that they can sleep. Obviously it'll be tough, but that they can sleep with a little peace knowing that the bill collector's not going to be coming running down and taking it from them right away. So they can mourn your loss and that they know you love them because you made the decisions while you were alive to take care of them when you're dead. So that's the biggest focus. Make sure that they know how much you love them by making decisions now instead of later. Because if once you didn't make a decision, you're going to cause a lot more pain and a lot more agony in their life than doing it if you would have made it while you were alive.
And if you have a company, we do group policies. So you still want other, but it's a nice benefit for your employees. So if you have a company, talk to me about doing group life insurance policies or disability policies for you. We help companies do that. It's a great benefit. It keeps employees at your company, and you can do a pay or they can pay it, but you get them great rates with the group policy. So message me if you have an interest. Talk to my man Eric and his whole company, his staff, about your real estate needs, whether you're an investor, whether you're looking to get rid of a property, whether you know of an ugly property, whether you want to get into the business. Message him. He's always available. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Coffee and Cash Deals this week, Wednesday, 9 a.m. And we're bringing on a special guest. I was just on his podcast, Start the Mo. He's a momentum builder. He goes around to different corporate areas around the country, and has been an influence in many different big corporations, Fortune 500 companies that have brought problems to him and a group of people that they went through a course and really spent time making decisions that were solving a lot of problems in big corporations. So now he builds, his whole business is building momentum in companies and what that looks like. So his podcast is called Start the Mo. I just did our podcast segment last Friday, so that'll be coming out soon once it's edited and ready to go.
Oh, you have a podcast?
Yep, we do have a podcast, Coffee and Cash Deals. So he'll be on here Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. That's something if you are a business owner you want to watch, because he's got a lot to offer about how to build a business, make sure momentum is important, make sure culture is important. He has lots of insight on those types of things, and we love that stuff.
I love
that stuff. So
you can't learn if you think you know it, right? Like, one of the things I love is I don't really know that much. I execute the things I know.
Yeah.
But I love learning and being up to date on all this stuff, because technology has changed the way we learn.
Yes.
It changed the people. My whole friends have changed. It's crazy. When I look back, social media changed my whole friends that I have.
Sure.
Because now I can gravitate to the people I should be around, which are entrepreneurs and people that want to be there.
Yeah,
there's two types of people: those that are going to learn, that are students.
Don't give your time to people that don't want to give you their time or care or you don't want to spend time with, or are just going to suck out of you and not give anything back. That's a long, long, painful road.
God bless you all. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here.
Yes,
I hope you enjoyed the show. We enjoyed you being here. We appreciate, very grateful that you're here, that you took time, whether it's 5 minutes or the whole show, whatever it is, we really appreciate it. Inviting your friends, sharing it to a group, having a watch party, just being present, putting the 1s, the 3s, your town, all that stuff is, we can be social now with technology without being face-to-face.
Without a doubt.
And when you engage, you become a part of it.
For sure.
So, we're out. We appreciate you. God bless you.
Hit them up for life insurance. Don't leave your family without it. And hit me up if you need to sell a house. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much. And check in every Monday night, 9 p.m.?
9 p.m.
For the insurance show. And Fridays?
Fridays at 1 o'clock for the social media show.
Nice.
God bless.
Take care.